Before we go any further, I want to frame this properly. For most people, this news is going to sound bad. Red years, lower prices, uncertainty, that's usually where the fears kicks in. But for most people who truly understand what Bitcoin is becoming, what it's being built into, and where this is all heading long term, this is the kinds of new you quietly celebrate. Not because paying is fun, but because moments like this are where the future is set up. Alright, let's get into this one carefully, because this is a story about price, psychology, and what's matter underneath the chart. There's a growing narrative forming around Bitcoins going into 2026, and it's not the one most people expected a couple of years ago. Instead of non-stop new highs and easy gains, the base case many early Bitcoin adopters are talking about is now something very different. A red year, a slow year, a year that tests convictions, but at the same time, a year where Bitcoin quietly becomes far more usable in the real world. That contrast is important because price actions grabs attention, but infrastructures changes outcomes. As we headed into the end of 2025, Bitcoin is showing signs of fatigue. Instead of closing the year higher, it's on track to finish lower than it started. That's alone break one of the strongest beliefs in Bitcoin's culture over the past decade. The predictable 4-year cycle. For years, people assumed the halvings would always lead to explosive upside within a neat time frame. What we're seeing now suggests the markets is maturing, slowing down, and becoming more complex. According to early Bitcoin investor Michael Toppin, the weakness may not be over yet. His expectations is that Bitcoin could continue grinding lower well into 2026 with a potential bottom forming late into the year, possibly around fourth quarter. The level he points to is roughly the $60,000 range, not because Bitcoin is broken, but because fear tends to peak when patience run out. That's usually how major lows form. Toppin views is that the end of 2026 could end up being one of those real windows where sentiment is washed out. Expectations are low, and long-term buyers quietly step back then. In his word, that period could set the stage for much larger accumulation ahead of the next halving cycle when supplies dynamics tighten again and demand returns with force in 2028 and 2029. What's interesting is that even now, there's still a small chance Bitcoin surprises people. Toppin estimates roughly 20% probabilities that Bitcoins could still push to new highs before a final cycle low forms. But that probability has been shrinking month by month as momentum fades and macro uncertainties hangs over markets. And macros matters here. Interest rate, liquidities, and politics are all parts of the equation. A new Federal Reserve chair in 2026 could ease financial conditions by cutting rates, which would typically help risk assets, including Bitcoins. But regulations is the wild card. If the Republican Party fails to secure both chambers of Congress in the 2026 midterms elections, Turpin's warned that the pro-crypto regulatory environment could stall or even reverse. Thus, uncertainties alone can suppress price regardless of Bitcoin's fundamentals. Now, zoom out for a moment because this is where expectations really diverge from realities. At the start of 2025, many analysts were calling for Bitcoins to hit anywhere between $180,000 and $250,000 by year end. Instead, Bitcoin peaked about $100,000 and then rolled over. That mismatch between hype and outcomes is part of why sentiment feels so heavy right now. People didn't just miss gain, they anchored to numbers that never arrive. And that's exactly why 2026 could feel uncomfortable. But here's the pivot most price only narratives missed. While Bitcoin price may struggle, Its usability is quietly improving. That's the part early adopters are paying attention to. According to early Bitcoin adopters and blockchain software developers, Richard Ryan's 2025 made Bitcoin easier to hold and easier to earn yield on. In his view, 2026 is when Bitcoin becomes easier to actually use. That is a meaningful shift. For most of Bitcoin history, holding, it was simple, but spending, it was clunky. High fees, low confirmation times, and poor merchants tooling made everyday payments impractical. That's changing. Bitcoin neobanks, digital infrastructures firms, and Bitcoin-backed stablecoin systems are building smoother rails that abstracts away complexities for users. On the merchant side, payments integrations is always happening. Square was integrated Bitcoin payment directly into its point of sale systems. Merchants can now accept Bitcoin from customers and, if they choose, automatically convert small portions of every sales, say 1%, into BTC. That means Bitcoin's accumulations happens in the background without timings and without speculations. That kind of design matters. It removes frictions. It's normalized Bitcoins as part of commerce instead of trading. It's like a novelty. And underneath all of this sit Bitcoin Lightning Network. Lightning is a second layer scaling solutions that allows Bitcoins to be used for fast, low-cost payments. Instead of every transaction hitting the main blockchain, user open payments channels and transact off-chain, with only the final balance selling back on Bitcoin's base layer. That dramatically reduce fees and improve speed. This is why most early adopters are less focused on red candles and more focused on plumbing. Markets go through cycle, but infrastructures compounds quickly. When price is boring or painful, builders keep building. And historically, that's been when Bitcoin has made some of its most important progress. There's also a psychological element here that's worth addressing directly. A red year doesn't mean failures. It means redistributions. It means impatient capital exit. While long-term capital positions itself, fears create headlines, but fears also creates opportunities for those who understands what they're holding. That's not hype. That's market structures. If Bitcoin really does spend much of 2026 under pressure, it will likely coincide with broader fatigue, fewer influencers shouting targets, less leverage, less noise, and ironically, that's often when Bitcoin becomes most resilient, not because price is exciting, but because conviction is concentrated among people who actually use and understands the network. So when people say 2026 could be red for Bitcoin, they're probably right in a narrow, price-based sense. But red years are often where the next chapters gets written. Payments improve, infrastructures hardens, regulations clarifies, and the speculative acts got wrung out of the system. By the time the market's narrative flips again, most of the groundwork will already be done. That's the quiet reality early adopters are pointing to. Price tells one story, utility tells another, and history tends to reward the people who pay attention to both, not just the charts on the screen. And I'll add to this before we wrap it up. For most of us, a lower price isn't a problem. It's a present. It's a gift. I can't speak for someone who's sitting on hundreds Bitcoins or more. That's a completely different position to be in. But for someone like me, and probably many of you watching, I actually welcome low prices. I look forward to them. I'm comfortable with the ideas of Bitcoin staying lower for the next couple of years, if that's what it takes. Because that times, that's opportunities, that's room to build convictions and positioning yourself for the future. And what about you? If you made this far, take a moment to like the videos and subscribe if you haven't already. It helps the channels more than you might think, especially during quiet market phases when the signal matters more than the noise. And my friend, don't forget to hold it tight and stack it right. Take care. And Happy New Year, everyone.